What's up, y'all? I'm PC McCray.
Hey, y'all. My name is Shaunda Head, and this is the Everything Has Changed podcast.
From 2 college roommates to 40-something adults, life has been lifing, and we want to talk about it. We're the new adults, y'all. How did that happen?
I don't know, P, but we got to talk about it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What up, Shaun? We are back.
Hey, P.
Hey, girl.
What's going on, girl?
Another week, another beautiful day to be here.
Today's the day.
Wow.
We just got word maybe an hour before we hit record that D'Angelo has passed at the age of 51 from pancreatic cancer. So, look, sorry to start the episode on this note, but we're literally... we've been sitting sitting in this since we heard. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's one of those things when it scrolls across the screen, or if you're on social media and you're like, wait, what? 51.
So young. And with Angie passed this year too.
7 months ago. And they have one son together, Michael Jr. This boy, this man, lost both his parents in the same year. One tragically. I mean, cancer is tragic as well, but one unexpected and tragic.
Unexpected.
And the other, his father passing away from cancer.
Because Angie died in a car accident, right?
Yeah. Yes. Wow.
You know, it's interesting. Erykah Badu put out a post the other day. And I was like, what's she talking about D'Angelo? I only said it like that because it appeared to be now that you go back and look at it, you can tell it was like honoring his legacy. But at that point, nobody knew anything was happening. So I was like, is it like their anniversary of a song or something? And in fact, I believe that it was mentioning like an anniversary of a song or a tour that they did. But it was literally only him in the post that she put up. I remember looking at it and thinking, I couldn't put 2 and 2 together, but I was like, hey, that's interesting that she's posting about D'Angelo.
Jill
but then
Scott
I just
too.
kept scrolling. I heard Jill Scott did. Now, what did Jill Scott say?
Her post, now it's same thing. Everybody's like, oh, she knew. Because she was on a plane. She took a selfie, and her eyes were glazed like she was crying.
Oh, no.
But, you know, people post. So let me see. I'm going to have to look for it. But she said, I love you, D'Angelo. I love you, Erykah. I love you. She kind of went down the list of people. And that's what everybody was like, oh, did she know too?
Yeah,
Maybe
they
it
knew.
happened last night. It says, I feel so high. I love you, D'Angelo. I love you, Erykah. I love you, The Roots. I love you, Bette Midler. I love you, Moonchild. I love you, Stevie. I love Andre 3000. I love you, B. I love you, Miss Jilly from Philly. Blessings to everyone seeing this drawn. I love my time.
Well, she listed a lot of people that wasn't even like Bette Midler, she said. That one threw me off.
I'm thinking Diane. They were best friends. They were really close.
Yes, but in the post, because at the time we didn't know it was specifically that it was speaking towards D'Angelo.
No.
And him being about to pass, right? So it's like, I don't know. That was a weird post. Because
It alluded
like,
to something.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Erykah Badu, D'Angelo, I think they were both in that collective. Questlove. There's a collective of them. I think I think maybe Jay Dilla was a part of it. Or is it Jay Electronica? Lord forgive me for mixing them up. 'Cause I believe they were in a collective together as well, so I think they all really were really good friends. So I guess it would
Mhm.
make sense that, people were, probably coming to say their goodbyes.
Yeah.
Erica's post said, "Me and D, on my mama, I had never heard or seen anything like this in this world. He had an old thing that had been hidden, buried for a long time, and I recognized it right away. His manager, Kedar, became my record label president.
Mhm.
Revisit some D'Angelo. I call him Sunshine. What's your favorite D'Angelo tune?" And then it's a montage of pictures of
They
D'Angelo
knew.
and her and D'Angelo and the collective. And this was 5 days ago. So yeah, so
They knew.
they knew. And I saw this too. And I wondered what that was about, but then I was like, I thought, oh, it must have been an anniversary of something. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm. Our legends.
Losing our
Lady,
legends,
Brown
as you say.
Sugar, Send It On, Untitled. Let me tell you about that
Brown
Untitled
sugar,
video.
babe.
How does it feel?
Okay. Okay.
And we all
Okay, it's a
know
family show. It's a family
it
show,
is.
P. Okay.
I was in high school, maybe 16, 15. I
Okay.
just remember being at the club. We went to like a little teen club and they played videos all around. It must have just come out. And I swear to God, all the women at the time we were just staring at the screen. What and why on the video we all kind of like it's gonna
'Cause
really
I just
show
shot it.
eh, for go back for those who need a refresher. I'm sure they're gonna be playing it like nonstop now because
You know this
that's what
video.
that's
Y'all
what
know the
happens.
video.
But you know the video, his abs, and the camera does a slow pan down to that V
Yeah. Yeah.
on his abs, and
The V is deadly.
women, we were lusting after D'Angelo
But do you
that
remember
he
there
did
was a
not like.
rumor but there was a rumor that ooh, how do you say this? There was a rumor that there was actually something happening while they recorded it.
That
It was
yes.
just a rumor, but that was the talk of the day back then, was people trying to figure out if that was the case. I'm look
Mm,
now, like, I'm pretty sure that was not the case, but now that I
don't
say
know.
that out loud, who knows? Pretty
Don't
sure.
know.
We don't know, but
Um,
Angie said that is when that video got released, that was the end. That was pretty much the end of their connection, the way that it was.
yep,
It changed everything, she said,
yep,
which is
yeah, yep,
and then with you saying, like, he didn't really even appreciate he didn't appreciate that attention.
yep.
So, dang, that truly messed up if that didn't even the end goal of all of that. I don't know, that just sounds
After a while, because
sad.
after a while, we just wanted more of that to see him and his body, and he wanted
Mhm.
us to focus on the music, and
Right.
so that's what he resented that whole thing, and I wanna say he gained weight on purpose, and he just was like, "I'm putting that behind me. Listen to the music."
Plus, if
So
I'm not
many.
mistaken, he had lost weight with like, he had been a bigger person and then
Mhm,
lost the weight and got into that shape,
mhm.
as his career was going. So, he probably wasn't I'm just making shit up now, but maybe he
Okay.
wasn't even, you know, maybe that
Alright.
maybe he wasn't even used to that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm. It was too
And
much.
then that
We
on top of
lusted over him.
that's what it
It
is,
was a
yeah.
time. Lust, that video, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be
The
played.
first the first album was my favorite though.
Yeah.
That Brown Sugar got played
Of
back no
course.
skips, no
Yeah.
nothing. You know what
Brown
song I
sugar,
like?
cruising. What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me and those
I
dreaming
love this
eyes of
version.
mine.
Ooh.
That I gotta put this on.
Yeah,
Like I
just
said,
add it to
guys,
it.
we just heard the news, guys. Like,
It
it
just
literally just
happened.
happened. This was not on our bingo card to discuss today,
Mm,
right?
man.
So,
Yeah. Cruising was
ugh,
one of my favorite. He just made it so smooth. Baby, let's cruise away.
away from
On
here.
top of this shocking one, which I mentioned
Yeah.
with Jill Scott, Saturday, Diane Keaton. Now, my rom-coms, I whatever Diane Keaton was in, I was watching. We just grew up from Baby Boom to
Yeah.
Father of the Bride.
Mhm.
Uh, what is the one? She was this latest one. What was that movie called?
The book club
Oh,
movie?
just all of them. Anything she was in, I'm going to watch it and rewatch. They're just movies. The First Wives Club, I probably
Mm-mm.
watch monthly. If
That
I just
is
need
my
something to fall
movie.
asleep to,
Yes,
it's
yes.
the best. It's so funny. I still laugh at at everything like it's brand new. And
I did not know that I even liked movies with, like, there was a
yeah,
time period where all these movies are coming out with, like,
something's gotta give.
older white people, and I'm not old, but they started creating these stories where it's rom-com, but not for, like, 20-year-olds, you know what I mean? It's like
Mhm.
people in their 40s and 50s and 60s rom-coms. Like, one of my favorites is, S Something Gotta G is it Something's Gotta Give, or is that
Something's
Diane
gotta
Keaton movie?
give.
Is that
No,
the one
that's
with
her
Meryl
with
Streep and no, okay,
no.
that's not even the one I'm talking
Something's
about,
gotta
but
Something's Gotta
Something's
Give
Gotta
is with
Give
Jack Nicklaus.
with and so it's
Mhm.
in that same genre, right? That's exactly I didn't
Mhm.
even know I would like those kind of movies,
Love
and then
'em.
I was watching them like, "Oh, this is my jam." Like, and just like you said, I'm
Love
gonna
'em.
watch it every single time they come on,
Everyone.
and I wouldn't have even thought that I liked those movies, but I do.
Love
And
'em.
that's Diane Keaton but my favorite movie of hers was the first Wives Club. Like, I can't I will never not watch that movie, and I was
Never.
into it like I was a divorcee, like I was like a middle-aged white divorcee, and
In
meanwhile,
it.
I was probably like 20. I was in it
Still.
like
Get 'em. Get 'em. It
Yeah.
was so good. And then
Oh,
they
the
made a spinoff with speaking of Jill Scott,
Yes,
Ryan,
yes.
Michelle Buffet,
That Uh-huh.
and who else was on the let me pull it up.
It's not Michelle Buteau, right? She only does comedy.
Eh,
It's somebody. For reference, that movie that I was talking about with Meryl Streep, it's complicated, and so it's Meryl Streep,
I love
Steve
that
Martin,
one.
and Alec Baldwin. That is
I love
also my movie, and I feel like they're all in the same genre of movie to me, like middle-aged
yes.
white people rom-com. I will eat that up,
Eat it up. I'm watching
eat it
it.
up.
I'm
Yeah,
watching it. It is Michelle
it
Buteau.
was Michelle Buteau. Go ahead,
Yep.
girl.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's on BET Plus, right?
Mhm. It was. Yep.
Okay,
They
okay.
canceled it. Um, so yeah, these two deaths back to back, it's just and it's a reminder that our actors and entertainers are human. Things happen
Yeah, and
and
she
we
looked
all have to
good
take that
too.
road. Yeah.
She looked good, and I don't know when's the last time we saw her, but the last time, like, every picture that we're seeing of her lately, she still looked great in her, men's suits and stuff that she
Yeah.
always
She wore
Now
a suit now.
let me tell you what I heard, P.
What?
Because apparently, and I had seen the pictures of them together, but I didn't know the story, um, but apparently she had an off and on relationship with Al Pacino,
Yes, because she was in
which
the
started
Godfather.
after The Godfather,
Mhm.
but it was like 20 years they were off and on.
Oof.
And
Oof.
so now I don't know if this statement came after he learned about her death or if it's something that he just said in later years. But apparently they broke up because after, I guess, 20 so years of off and on, she gave him an ultimatum about marriage. And he was like, nah.
She did mention, that she did not want to be married in one article. So did he
Okay,
give her the
but
ultimatum?
how old was this? At what age was she when she said this? Because they're
Oh,
saying that was the reason that they broke up, she and him. And they were dating, I guess, from the 70s into the 90s.
Al Pacino's one big regret. She was the love of his life. That's what page
That's
6
one.
says.
And I just wonder, when they got that quote from him. If it was before she passed or after, because of course people started posting it after she passed. But from what I read, and let me see if I can find what I saw exactly to see if it
And he's
was.
85.
Mm-hmm. And he keep a young black woman too. So I didn't even know. I had seen pictures, but I always think, oh, people are actor, they act together. So
Yeah.
I'm always thinking that. I didn't realize that they were, because I was, well, not even
It was
born
her
when they
boo
first
thing.
started. Mm-hmm.
Her boo thing. Oh, Diane. Yeah. So I watched The First Wives Club this weekend, and
Mm.
now I'm just gonna be bopping some D'Angelo and Angie. It's just
Man, this year, man,
this year, and
I
it's
can't
only
find it.
October. It's only October, and so
It's been the
I just say
longest
thank you,
year.
Lord. Grateful to be here. It's some hard knocks, but mm,
Some, some they,
some.
we've been getting knocked over the head. All these people dying.
Bop, bop,
Never
bop.
mind.
Yep.
Bring it back in. Bring it back in, girl. Bring it back in.
Good news. I can share
Good
some good
news.
news.
Let's share some good news.
I got a job. Hey, thank you.
Okay, look, he said, "I'm gonna answer
Thank
your
you,
prayer. Just
God.
give me a couple weeks."
Thank you,
He said,
Jesus.
it's a no to that one, but I got something else over
Mhm.
here."
I got something else. I got something else
Yeah,
that
P.
will free you up in different ways. And I just say, thank you, Lord.
Mm. That's a good one, P.
Thank you,
That's a
God.
good one.
Thank you,
Can we
God.
do a short follow? I do have a short follow-up on the Taylor Swift conversation.
Show. Show
Taylor
me
Swift has
right.
now released.
Oh,
Okay, let's do. Okay, first of all, something told her that she wanted to release her voice notes from her studio sessions. A lot of artists do that. But she decided she wanted to put them up for sale for her fans and not just release them for free like most artists do.
what?
Okay, get it how you live. Tay Tay. These voice notes, P, sound like I did them. And they're
What do you
so
mean?
bad. They're so bad. And then her fans are like, their voice notes, they're from the studio. They're not going to sound perfect. It's just her giving her engineer and her songwriters like the flow that she wants. And then people started posting Ariana Grande's voice notes, which are Ariana Grande vocals, which are pristine. She's just trying to figure out which key she want to do. Taylor's voice notes are so bad.
Why would she
Then
release
people
them?
started. She didn't just release them; she put them up for sale for people to purchase,
Okay.
and they purchased them. And so then people started posting Beyonce's like studio time, showing like trying to show her fans like this is what it sounds like when really really good singers in the studio. It don't sound like that, like they look.
No.
So I didn't even
Um,
know she sounded that bad. Then she put up some extremely questionable, problematic, that's me being nice, jewelry for people to purchase, which features I'm not even sure how much of this we can say, so I might have to bleep it out for the YouTube. But it features Nazi symbols. It features the lightning bolt, the SS bolts.
Is this real?
Yes. Yeah. For sale. This the same girl who endorsed Kamala, endorsed Biden. What is she going through?
I don't
Like,
I don't talk about her.
it's so drastic though, P. It's
I
so
don't.
drastic. She's literally released. Now, I think this came out yesterday. I am interested to see if she says a statement or if she just acts like nothing is going on. But like you said the other day, if she's known for all these Easter eggs and being so intentional. So how do you miss this? Because they said it's the SS bolts, which is like the lightning bolt, which is it's a lightning bolt with 2 points. And I was listening to someone's TikTok this morning, and she was saying, a white girl, and she said her dad was actually in a neo-Nazi organization. And she says, I know these symbols. He had them tattooed all over his body. She said, these symbols are so well known that when you go to a tattoo artist and tell them that you want lightning bolts, they will specifically ask you which kind that you want so they don't mistakenly put the wrong Hitler lightning bolts on you, and if those aren't the ones that you wanted. Like, it's a known thing. Then there are 8 of them on the necklace. And so all her fans are like, you guys are reaching. And it's like, just Google neo-Nazi, like the number 8 and 88 is their thing. They do everything in 8s. They have 8. They have them tattooed all over their body. So they're like, no. These are dog whistles. They're extremely loud. And you just sitting there with wool over your eyes, except y'all said she's the queen of Easter eggs and intentionality. So she's got 8 SS lightning bolts. And then they say she has the star and the cross on there, all of the symbols that they use, and then all together on one piece of jewelry. It's crazy. It's such a dramatic escalation. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But Travis, hey Travis,
It's
it's
PR.
like what's but why is the PR Nazi PR? Like that is what's she's like.
She probably got a phone call from Trump after she went ahead and supported Kamala, and somebody got to her like, hey, pull that back. Pull it back.
Because on Truth Social, he was saying,
pull it back.
He hates Taylor Swift. She's not even hot, is what he said.
Yeah,
after she endorsed Kamala.
And then recently he said, oh, she's a great musician.
Yeah, he went back.
He went back.
I guess now we see why. Something's
going on. Something's going on. I thought you meant that she came back and said that the entire album is satire.
Yeah, well, we talked about that.
And should be taken as satire because she's the showgirl.
We talked about that and how she had but it couldn't be true because before she released it, she said it was her most authentic piece of work to date and very personal to her. And they spent all year working on.
Get out of here.
Yeah, no.
Bye.
No.
Bye, Taylor.
Oh.
Bye, Taylor. Moving on.
What we got to talk about, P? Outside.
Well.
What's big on our minds today?
The new thing that's popping is another podcast, famous Joe Budden Podcast, and Marc Lamont Hill arguing with one of the castmates,
Queen Flip.
Queen Flip. And Marc we know he's super smart, articulate. He can talk circles around the entire cast. And so when he's on there, when I saw him first start, I was like, but maybe you can help move some of these conversations forward. And yeah, I don't know how that's going to last now. We'll see.
I did like when he first joined, only because he ain't nobody on there who could talk about this stuff. And so I like that he was there to talk about some more additional stuff that they just literally could not give voice to, especially because I really don't like to listen to people talk about stuff and they don't have any idea, like they've never heard, so I like when he gets the floor to talk about some of this stuff. I like when all this stuff like with Puffy and how they would talk about the court cases, and so then Marc Lamont would come in and talk about the things that normally happens, the way the judicial system works, stuff that
the truth,
random
facts.
even me, stuff I wouldn't know because I'm not in the system, I haven't worked. So he has a lot of knowledge, but people were upset in the beginning just because, like, why would he be on such a lowbrow show and all that stuff? I didn't have a problem with it. They're pretty much supposed to all have like diverse opinions, which is why I don't agree with most of the people who be on the show. But I get through it for like topics that, because I listen every week, but I will go to the video and go to the timestamps and listen to the reactions that I want to. Like, I'm not finna listen to y'all talk about this. I already know what y'all finna say, but I do want to hear, takes on this or that. I like Marc on the show, but actually I have a Marc Lamont Hill story. It's not even a story about him, it's a story about me. Let's be honest. But it has to do with him because I once was booked for my first television interview, and it was going to be on, is it the Black News Network? It was a news network that he was on, the last one that he was on, and it got shut down on a Friday, P, and I had been booked to be on there Monday morning talking about talking about Black women entrepreneurs. I think it was like Women's Month or something. I can't remember the specific. I think it was Women's Month. We had already talked to the producers. I had already got the questions. I was getting my answers ready. And I was pumped because I was like, because I said it to my group chat, like, hey, you guys, I'm going to have an interview on this channel. And Marc Lamont Hill is one of the like anchors on the channel, so I don't even think I was going to be talking to him, but I was like, this is cool. Like, as somebody that I know him, I know his name. Girl, Friday, they was like, everybody at work they called Friday at the channel that they was shutting down. I think they had lost funding or something happened.
Wow.
That was. I'm sure it was a racist thing out there at the time. They was like, this is racist, but that was on a Friday, and I was booked for a Monday, and I was like, "What's my first TV? I was gonna be on TV." And you know what's even crazier, Pete? I need to find the name of that channel now because it's the one that was based in Tallahassee when we were there, and I actually interned there when we were in college. That was my
TV
first
station.
Was it called the Major? It was always a Black news channel. I think it was called Major. Ooh, I have to find the name of because they switched names, but it was based in Tallahassee, and I interned there. I was a graphic design intern there.
Wow.
Either sophomore or junior year. It was all Black. The anchors. It was on cable television. It was on cable television, and I didn't even know it was based in Tallahassee. Turns out it was. And then years and years and years later, I get booked there. And I was like, this is a full circle moment, but then I ain't never make it to air. So the circle ain't end up completing. Maybe one day.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
It'll come back around.
Yeah.
But this
I'm trying
argument,
to find the name of the cable for the stage for. Yeah,
please,
bring us back.
For it. The argument has sparked a lot of conversation because they really got into it, Marc and one of the cast members. And I think the clip that I saw, Joe mentioned, like, I'm going to post this. There's been some beef. There's been some stuff happening within that Joe Budden podcast, the cast and crew. And he said, I'm going to post this one. So this probably is not the first time that they almost went to blows. Marc talking about meet me outside. I'm not a sucker. The part that got me was when Flip, because he's one of those guys that just be talking to me. He just talks.
Yes.
Flip just talks. He's at the barbershop just talking. UFO is green and trees are actually UFOs. He's that kind of guy. Like, what? That's what when he talks, I just be like, wah, 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 wah. So when he said something like, there you go talking those tricky words. Mark said, I say regular words that are tricky to you.
Tricky to you.
It's like,
That was, yep. That, yep. That was the one.
Yikes. That was it.
That was the one.
He runs circles around them when he's talking all the time. All the time. I think he pulls back sometimes because he realizes like, okay, let me not show out too much. But he has multiple shows. I want to say he has his own other show.
He has his own
on
show.
this part. Yeah.
For his
so
audience.
he's okay. He's gonna be all right. It's just I'm interested to see what's gonna happen with this podcast. We see Melissa Ford used to be on it. She is no longer on it.
Can we just talk about though how the argument started? Because that's the only thing that's missing from the clips. And that's they clip these things up for the most attention, right?
He knows what he's doing.
For sure. And then
yeah.
But people go so hard off the clips, and it's like, but we just seen the clip. It is the Black News Channel, and it was still based in Tallahassee up until the funding was let go, and then the Griot bought it. So it's now just a part of the Griot arm.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if Marc Lamont Hill also used to be on the Griot as well, but it's now owned by Byron Allen Media Group, but it was still based in Tallahassee up until and it used to be MBC. I think it was Major. I think the M was for Major, but then it turned to Black News Channel. But so what happened was Joe is always talking about money. Joe Budden is always talking about money on the show. And people are saying that it really ramped up after Rory and Mal, because Rory and Mal were the members of the cast who were on the original version of the Joe Budden show. The Joe Budden podcast, excuse me. There was a big fallout. They split. Rory and Mal have their own show now. Joe clearly kept his going. Rory and Mal were doing a lot of talking about why they split. They say it had to do with money. So now Joe talks a lot about money. Now, he never necessarily said how much the show specifically was making until this New York Times article, which we'll put in the show notes, that came out a few months back. But he talks now a lot more about money on air, where it's going, and all this stuff. And so you will often hear them talking about how they have to re-up the other castmates have to re-up their contracts with him. They talk about how he's the boss. And so, they have all these kind of conversations about, well, the boss says, and the boss is going to give, and they're always talking like some inside jokes or whatever about money and how they never really agree on the money. Right. And so I watched a segment of it from the Patreon, and Marc Lamont Hill basically was like, I'm not going to allude to some things that I could allude to. And then Flip's like, why? And Marc was like, because I'm not you. I'm not going to allude to it. Now, let's stop here. That in itself was you alluding to it, Marc. I will say Marc is shady. He's all shady the time. And he always is throwing little barbs at them. Half the time, people don't catch him. And I'm not even saying that he's saying smart stuff. Like, because the average person would think, oh, he be, going over their head. He be saying regular, average, like, yo mama type barbs. And half the time they don't catch him because sometimes he'll speak lower or under somebody, or he'll just keep going to the next thing. So I do want to say Flip was actually right where he said, you always being Marc is always being shady. But the thing is, and Flip was also saying, like, it's basically like you're pandering to the fans because, they get voted on who gets Potter of the Month every month. And Marc keeps getting it late. Yes. And I believe there's a reward for that. I want to say there's a monetary reward, but I could also be making that up. So I do want to say, don't go on record as saying, I don't really know for sure. But I believe there's a reward for them getting Potter of the Month. And Marc keeps getting Potter of the Month. And so Flip was saying, and he is actually true in saying that I'm not even a Flip fan. But on this little piece, he said, Marc, you pandering and you saying certain things because you pot. They call it potting. They're like, you potting, like it's basically like you just talking for the mic. This is not stuff that you really truly believe. That being said, it's pretty clear Flip has really actually never cared for Marc. Nope. Marc has been on there like a year almost now, I think, maybe a little more. And you can always pick up some tension there. And it's because the dichotomy between Mark and Flip, they are the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Everybody else kind of falls more in the middle. Joe, most time he be like, and I'm gonna hand this over to Mark and let Mark do the real talking because I don't really know what the fuck, I'm talking about, but Flip and Mark are the exact extreme polar opposites, and the tension there. And then there's also tension between Mark and Ish because Ish thinks he's the smartest thing walking. And then they brought Marc Lamont Hill on there, and that ain't you no more, sir. So
you're not
anyway,
that smart.
so there's always been this tension. So Flip was right. Mark was being shady. He's always being shady. But that being said, this has been brewing for a while, and Flip is just not as professional, let's say, as everybody else. Okay. Like he has his own podcast where he reacts to like music and he takes his shirt off.
Does he?
And he throws things and breaks. It's like a rage room that he builds up and he throws.
No, I don't need to. See, I didn't even know he had his own show.
He does.
I'm not.
So he has his own audience
me,
that is completely different. It's all these different mergings of audiences. Even like I said before, the only reason why I watch is because I like to hear people talk about really the music, but I like for it to be people from our era who are like in their 40s talking about. I don't want to hear the kids talking about like I want to talk about people who was around when I was around back then, and we can really talk, we, as if I'm up there. But that's really why I started watching them with the Kendrick and Drake beef, and then I just never stopped. So there is also the thing of the smart guy, so they thinking that Marc Lamont is not gonna do nothing. And I think Mark is probably just tired of it. And then you got Mona, who is also from Philly. And when Mona was like, I'm scared.
Knowing good and well.
Mona the hardest person up there, first of all.
Actually, all of them.
Out of all of them. But they were talking about money to begin with. And then Mark started talking about this. And then he was like, I'm not going to allude to it. But then he ended up alluding to how basically I guess there was a number figure that he told Joe that he was going to need. And I guess Joe was like, that means that other folks will have to take pay cuts. And Mark was like, well, I guess they'll just have to take pay cuts. And so that's a discussion that I don't know if it should have been in front of everybody. I definitely don't know if it should have been in front of audience, but Joe let all of it fly. And so that stoked tensions. Whereas Flip had been asked about it before, and he was like, I want to keep us all the same, like we're a group. And apparently Mark is the first one to really come in and say that, no, I want to get paid more. I don't care what they getting paid. And also he has the experience to back it up.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. You can't really argue against that. But of course, they're arguing against it because they've been there for years, So and then Joe is letting them just have it all out in front of the cameras. And little did you know, Marc Lamont Hill was like, well, let's take it outside. Then Joe over there's like, no, you can't take it outside because they shoot in a condo building in New Jersey.
And they've gotten in trouble before.
Yeah. And so he's like, no, you can't. You actually can't go outside. You can't.
No, don't go outside.
Take that up the street. Like, you can't just actually.
Don't step outside this apartment.
Now, Flip talking about, I'm actually a team player. Flip has never been a team player. And that's why he's there. Flip is the unpredictable one. You always got to have one that's going to go off the rails, be unpredictable, that's his role that he plays on there.
Just talking. He just be talking.
He be talking, and he be the one with those weird ass takes.
All the time.
Like that Young Thug take. That's a Flip take. Flip actually was like, well, I kind of feel.
So let's let's help them explain. Young Thug did an interview, and they were talking about therapy.
I believe it was on the Pivot podcast. Your guy, Ryan Clark.
Yes. And he said that he didn't believe in therapy and that he feels a way if his girl has a therapist. He says it makes him feel like less than a man, that she can't come to him and talk to him about the things that she would talk to a therapist about. What kind of What kind of insecure stuff is that?
I've never heard
And he
anything
said it.
so egregious.
He said it out
It's
loud.
like, do you
And
not
he
think
meant it.
she's going to therapy talking about you?
That part.
How is she going to talk to her therapist about you?
That part. But
how is she going to talk to you about whatever childhood issue she had? You might have had to say, how you going to help her? Like, this is the dumbest. I honestly thought he was going to get on there and say, I'm sorry,
He's
people.
so
I thought he
bad.
was going to get, I always end up in a rant. I thought he was going to get on there and say, I don't believe in therapy. That's the average thing that you'll probably hear from a guy like that. That's the conversation I thought we was going to have, and they was going to have to like convince him into. He actually said the girl, Mariah, the scientist, okay, his current girlfriend he tell she should come up. Keep in mind, Young Thug, for like 20 days and 20 nights, they was releasing his prison phone calls. He
chatting,
talked about any and everybody.
Chatting like a schoolgirl.
He was snitching. He was talking about other women, talking about Glorilla's looks, all these things. This guy, 20 days and 20 nights, they came out once every day. To the point, I told my friend, I said, they might need to check on this young man and his mental health because I don't know how he's getting through this. Like, this is really kind of damning for him and his social circle. And you think, girl, but after all that, he got on Twitter and said he basically had been thinking about ending it all. And in the following week, you get on this podcast and say your girlfriend should come to you for you just said you was having some type of a suicidal ideation because of all this stuff you've been through. And them releasing all your phone calls and stuff, and now, but she should be coming to you for therapy?
He said it with a straight face.
What I just...
And all the guys were like, wait, what?
Like, we need to dig into this because...
Help us understand how that makes you less than a man that she would go to a therapist.
So many layers here. You need therapy, sir, yourself. And so then when they were talking about this on the Joe Budden podcast, Flip was like, I kind of feel it. This is how we are. This is a guy like me, And then he was talking about how music is first of all, I don't even think he makes music. But he was talking about how music is therapy. Joe actually has been a musician, and he was like, music is not therapy. I needed therapy. No, he was like, and Joe was actually saying he was kind of disappointed in the Pivot podcast for not digging into that more and kind of getting, pulling the threads on that so that the audience didn't take away that versus, and he was like, because Joe is a therapy guy. Who knew? And he was like, no, I'm gonna tell my audience that was a trash take. Therapy is a thing that people need. So anyway, Flip is the one who always kind of comes in from that viewpoint. And so
dumb. Just always saying stuff like, did you even think before you said that? Clearly not. So we'll see.
That's what he there for.
We'll see. It keeps it going.
Tell me, Pete, because you and I were talking offline before this about how, Melissa Ford is no longer on the show. I like Melissa on the show. Now, let me be clear. I also really like Mona, Don't Call Me White Girl, who is now the lady voice on the show.
Yes.
The female voice. I love her. She's great entertainment. Somehow she's still a girl's girl, so I love her. But I thought they were going to switch out or something, but for like 6 weeks or so, they kept Melissa Ford in the opening credits, and now she's gone out of the open credits. And you told me that you heard some tea about that. Please tell us.
Well, in one of the episodes, they discussed there's been an issue with money. Okay. Similar to the thing with Mal and Rory. Joe posted something on Snapchat or Instagram or something that showed like exactly how much they make out of Patreon, which made everybody think like, we're not making that. So it then that's when they first started talking about the payment and the cast getting paid. And she went to HR to discuss it, or to the lawyer about something, and said, I ended up leaving that office because the options that were given to me would mean that somebody would have to be replaced ultimately. This was months ago, but something has unraveled and she's no longer on the show. I don't know if she's still doing her podcast yet either.
She is.
She is?
She is, and she's also been doing like some speaking engagements. I've been seeing her post about some business conferences so I think she's also, I have no idea what happened, with the JPB, but I love to see her out here kind of expanding her own brand. Just for women, because women, and the topics that she discusses on her show were not JPB topics. They were not going to get discussed there. So she had her own focus, and I really love that. So I'm gonna continue following her. I like Melissa Ford a lot, but
she tried.
I didn't know that about now she's gone to HR about Flip before.
Yes.
And so, and they would make light of it and joke on the show. So I had assumed that things were worked out, but I don't know if they were. And then Flip also has a habit of bringing stuff up that he shouldn't be bringing up. Stuff like behind the scenes or stuff they all agree not to talk about or whatever, and it'll just come up in conversation. And Joe doesn't like to edit stuff out. So then they're all looking at him like, oh, we really
really gonna talk about
we
that?
really finna do this?
We just said we're not gonna talk about this.
You know what I'm saying? He's the wild card. Flip is the wild card. So yeah. I'm gonna just keep watching whatever Melissa's doing because I really like her. Yeah. But I also do like Mona over there with them boys because they really be Mona. Mona's like one of the guys too. She will let them have it. So I'm happy to see her on there. But yeah, Mark was like, let's just go ahead and end this.
He said, don't call me sucker and we can go outside and settle it. Like, oh, not you, Mark, Mr. Intellectual.
Mark said he tired of this. And somebody on Threads was like, y'all steady saying the intellectual in quotes, air quotes, like they were insinuating. No, they straight up said that Marc Lamont Hill was not an intellectual, only simply because he be shady. He do be shady, but he's absolutely intellectual. He's literally
absolutely
a doctor. Is he not? Yeah, he's Dr.
He used to be a professor.
Yes. In fact, he was on Charlie Kirk's list of, Charlie Kirk had a list of professors who, it was like a hit list of professors. And Marc Lamont Hill was on there. No, Marc Lamont Hill is absolutely an intellectual. People really had this thing of just because I don't believe it, that makes it not a fact. And that is just not what a fact is, you guys. That's not what a fact is.
Truth and facts have just disappeared into another universe because clearly we have an administration, we have everything that's in our face that we know is like, that's not right. But it's like, oh no, the sky is actually purple. And you're like, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's purple. So that's our society now. So people just say something, put it out there, and it'll just fly, which is scary. It's crazy scary.
And it's upsetting.
It is.
It's infuriating.
Just keep us in prayer. Hold your peace. Hold your peace. When things get too crazy, I have to close all my little apps and hold my peace or find something funny that makes me chuckle, because if you think about it too hard, it will really mess you up.
You know me, I get mad. I can't. I be like, what the fuck are you laughing at? I gotta go find my white boy, shoot him up.
To pull him back.
Yeah, I gotta go watch something where people die. That makes me feel better because I be mad when people laughing when I'm upset or sad. I'm like, the fuck is you laughing at?
You're laughing.
I'm not gonna laugh though. I'm not gonna.
At no point, nothing can settle you to make you laugh.
No, because I be pissed off because y'all being silly. And I want to fight somebody right now. So let me go watch somebody fight. Let me watch somebody die.
Oh my God. White boy, shoot him up.
I need a white boy, shoot him up. I keep one in a tuck, P.
Jesus.
I do. I literally just texted you yesterday about something I was infuriated about. And I was like, I want to throw things and I want to post on social media about it, but it's just going to make me even angrier.
It
So I
will.
just been sitting over here stewing in it. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah. We're
Let me
not
just
gonna
tell
go
the
there.
people. I'm going to tell the people. Listen, I saw a post that said that a lot of these college universities are being forced to rename a street after Charlie Kirk on their campuses. Then I saw a post that it had already been going into effect in Florida. So like the University of West Florida. It's already happened there, and now it's happening at FAMU, our alma mater, HBCU. They're going to put a street dedicated to Charlie Kirk. And then you think, hey, let's just not use it. Like, let's not. But the postal system is going to change. Like, it's literally going to have to be. Do you know how disgusting that is at an HBCU? Florida is really manhandling the HBCUs down there. I pray to God, Pete. I really pray y'all get a new governor. And I pray that this stuff gets rolled back.
We'll see.
Because now we got a MAGA president at FAM. Now we finna have a MAGA street. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. We're Black people.
Yeah. Homecoming is this weekend, and it's going to be interesting to see how the alumni come together and with her being there. Because the students are there, but yeah, this is going to be
you know, P, I got FOMO, but I really need you to let me know if anything.
I will let you know.
I
You will
need
hear
to let
about
you know
it.
if they let that lady have it. I want to see it. I want it on video. Please bring video. I want to see it. That'll bring me my joy. Look, when I'm feeling bad.
Yo, I don't know what we're walking into, but it's going to be interesting. I just want everybody to be safe, have a good time, because all these shootings have been happening at HBCU homecomings.
Yeah.
Most of it is not students. It's like the locals or the community involved, but it's still attached to the schools.
Yeah.
And so I just pray that everyone in Tallahassee, that we all stay safe and keep the foolishness away.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring me some stories back, man. Pour one out for me, please.
I will. Our class. So how are you feeling? How are you feeling other than upset about that?
I always end episode upset.
I know. I need you to come back. Let's find some.
It's been a week, Pete. It has been a week.
Yeah.
It's been a week. So I'm just, hopeful that we get some more good stuff to talk about soon.
Amen.
Oh, but clap it up for your new job. I'm thankful.
God is good.
God is good. We are grateful. I love that you've been able to share the journey here on the show so we could all stay informed and updated with our fave P.
Yeah.
And you deserve, but you also deserve to be in a space that is more fulfilling to you, that is more aligned with your strengths and who you are as a person and your purpose and the way that you love to help people. And you deserve to be able to make a living without fucking pulling your hair out every day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You don't deserve that. Like,
no.
Them last people was stressing you out, and you've got too much going on. You're a caregiver. You are a podcast host. You are a wife. You are all these things, and you're pulling and stretched in so many different ways. So they didn't have to walk into an environment every day. Well, I know you were working from home, but still, it's like the energy of that. When you got something, no, you deserved a much lighter, less dense energy, so you could do your work in the world here. So I am so happy for you, P, that you've are able to go in this new direction, and you deserve
Thank
it,
you.
girl.
New chapter. And I do
New
believe it will
chapters.
open up new doors. It'll free me up in
Absolutely.
ways that I didn't even expect. So I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to it. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, man. It's a lot
But
of new
God is
things
good.
going on. Yeah, girl.
God is good.
All the time.
Mm, 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 mm. So I'm feeling grateful, thankful, and again, I'm always about peace. I
Yeah.
really try to center myself because it's wild times out here. And so
P is about
I'm
peace.
grateful.
Go find you something funny to keep in the tuck for when you need it. And I'm also tell you, go find you a white boy, shoot him up for when you
Shoot 'em
need
up.
that. Okay, one of the two is gonna work for you in
Shoot
the
'em up.
moment. Okay,
Go
one
listen to
of the
some
two,
D'Angelo. Ah,
please.
nothing even matters with Lauren.
With Lauren, thank you for bringing that up, Pete. That is literally one of my
Ah,
all-time favorites from both of them.
all time favorite.
That's a and you know we got to start up the playlist for season 2. So this seems like the perfect time
We gotta add it.
to get a playlist going for season 2. If you guys don't
Have
know,
to add
we
it.
have a season 1 playlist of every song ever mentioned on season 1 of the podcast. We have a playlist for that. And so sounds like we're going to be making one for season 2, as we
Yes.
do, cuz that's
Yes.
what we do around here. We love a good jam, and we like to just keep you guys, in the loop of what we're listening to. So
It's for music heads. But you can find me on Instagram at better3701.
And you can find me on Threads and Instagram at Hey Shaunda Head. You can also find the podcast on Instagram at the Everything Has Changed Podcast and on YouTube
We're on
at
YouTube.
Everything Has Changed. New
Thank you
YouTube
all.
channel going. Check us
Thank you
out,
all who've
y'all.
already been watching and
Yes.
subscribing.
Subscribe. Yep.
Continue.
Liking.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
We really
And we'll
appreciate
see.
it. All right, y'all.
Peace.
Bye.
Want to stay locked in with us so you never miss an episode? Visit everythinghaschangedpodcast.com and join our email list. That way you'll be the first to know about new episodes and all the fun stuff we have coming your way. Meet us over there.